Hey, what's up? This is John Z from SpliffBreaks.com, and I'm chilling on RADTV right now, and we're at Open Studios in Vancouver for the Bass Coast Music Festival Jump Off Party. We're here to find out about the theme of Bass Coast this year, which is Mutiny.
It's our way of describing the festival movement. And you know, you hear different people have different terms and different vocabulary that they use to describe that, and at Bass Coast, we call it a mutiny.
We see the festival movement much like a mutiny. It's a peaceful uprising of people rising against the status quo. So finding their confidence and their creativity and gaining that confidence as within a community. So it's a peaceful uprising.
Well, when I first think, I think of Mutiny on the Bounty. You know that, like, you know, that pirate. No, they're like sailing ship. They're going around the Cape Horn, and they got to take over because they don't trust the captain.
Yeah.
So I guess it's kind of like mutiny in our whole world because we don't trust the captains of our whole like society.
That's a good analogy.
Overthrowing the system. This is about coming together in your own groups and doing what you know is better. This is about changing things, and it's about change, and that's really what these festivals have a hope of doing. Not directly, but showing people that there is other options. Search within yourself, find what you know is true, go for it. That's what I think mutiny is.
To me, like, mutiny is like taking back the power, fighting what's in the norm and like bringing that back the power to the people, kind of taking it on your own stance and doing your own thing.
Totally disrupting the fucking world, man. Taking down the leader and making a leader of yourself and fucking bringing the world up.
It's all about having your own interpretation of the theme, like zebra.
Yeah.
What does zebra mean? I don't know. It's Year of the Zebra. What does that mean?
Mutiny
It looks like community.
Community.
Community, togetherness, chivalry. It's kind of chaotic too. We're getting together for a little bit of dancing with pirates.
It's like we the people.
Yeah.
You know, it's another way of saying we the people.
When something reaches the point where mutiny needs to take place, it's like you've reached that point of almost no return. So
that breaking point, right?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. When people think mutiny, they probably most commonly refer it to like pirates.
Yeah.
You know, and is that playing a role in Bass Coast this year?
Well, it's fun.
Yeah.
And Bass Coast has always had a sense of humor, and there's always been pirates at Bass Coast. So it really, you know, when we were brainstorming different themes and we finally stumbled upon the mutinous direction, it just fit properly because every artist that comes is a pirate. They're all trying to do something new, and then they're trying to find a better way to make their art, and then they're looking to their peers for support, which is in a way a mutiny. It's like all these pirates who are looking for a better life, and everyone likes to dress up like a pirate, so that helps.
That word pirate, you know, really transcends to a lot of different cultures. Pirate radio, pirate political parties, WikiLeaks, pirate sharing. You know, is there a relation between Bass Coast and pirate culture, and how so?
Well, I think one of those points that you hit on is very true. Pirate radio culture really helped to develop electronic music and to really allow that style to flourish and spread to the masses and allow people to have the freedom and to feel that free spirit within them and have some power. And it allows those artists to discover their own power. And so does Bass Coast.
When we gather, a force is unleashed in which the seeds of a bright future grow. Talk about that slogan which Bass Coast uses, and what does that future look like?
Well, that's an inspiring seed, that whole phrase, and we feel like Bass Coast has always embodied itself around that same concept. You know, inspiring the people to take a piece of what they've learned or experienced in the festival culture back into their own lives and maybe into their community. And so those seeds often show up again in small towns and independent businesses, in people just having fun and deciding to go in their garage and create something just for the sake of exploring their own creativity.
how do you challenge the status quo, and how do you embody the mutinous spirit in your everyday life?
I don't pay attention to the status quo. That's how I challenge it.
Cool.
I don't have cable. I don't listen to pop culture. I don't do the radio. I don't do the news. I'm probably a touch ignorant. There's a middle ground that I'm not quite finding yet. But me and my social circle, we make up our own shit. It's our world. This is our life. And what's cookie cutter spoon fed ain't right.
Yeah.
It's wrong. It doesn't hit it.
Well, you know, I mean, I can't say that I really do. You know, I'm sucked into the monster that is the world.
Living outside of the box, not fitting into the conformity of like society, and doing your own thing and just being your own person, and not listening to what anyone else has to say about what you're doing, just doing what you want to do.
It's a weird thing. It's like an abstract thing to think about that. You know, I just kind of think about my own world. You know, my own bubble.
You know, some people come to Base Coast and they've never experienced any sort of creative freedom like goes on at a festival environment, and a mutiny for them might be how that plays into their life after the festival. Maybe they're in a job they don't like, maybe they have things that they've been told that they should be doing, but it's not who they are, and that would be an example of a personal mutiny.
So how do you plan on bringing your mutinous spirit to Base Coast this year?
A lot of yars. Yes. A
lot of yars.
A little bit of that.
It's kind of fucked up, but I have a Base Coast related tattoo. Skunk pelt right here.
What is he? Oh.
Yeah. Skunk pelt is the crew, like we developed it at Base Coast. I have a tattoo about it. It's very important to me.
It's important to you.
For example, our main stage is built from 100% upcycled and recycled materials, which in a way is breaking against the status quo. It's trying to find a better way to create something and going for it.
It's easy to coast from stage to stage. Apparently, Base Coast, you can go down a river from one stage to the other. Is that right?
You definitely can.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
Transsexual fairy thing.
Okay.
It happens, man. It'll happen at Base Coast, probably. Like.